Transitioning into baseball here. We'll just do
Nice.
it all in one.
All in one.
Cubs and Sox. What's up?
Cubs are up. No, not really. They haven't played. Honestly, there's not really much baseball talk other than Javi Baez is on fire.
Yeah, he is hitting ridiculous with runners in scoring
He's
position.
15th in WAR.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's ridiculous. Or maybe he's 30th. He might be. He was in the top. He's like 15 to 30.
Again, don't hate
WAR
on
this
us
year.
stat guys that, we hear it and we talk about it.
Yeah. See, we
need a stat guy.
Right. Well, that's the other thing too, man. Like, you drive 2,000 miles, have a baby, go back to work, have your wife have a birthday, and still find time to look up when Javi Baez is sitting at WAR right now. Like, come on, dude. Like,
We don't. Remember, we love this. We want to make this something, and that's with the help of you guys, even the people that hate us. So just
because
keep telling us why
every
we
single. Yeah, right. No, but that's all right, Cubs. So a very popular first baseman here in Chicago was.
suck. Was it Abreu?
Well, they're both very. That's why I said A, because they're both. Until they traded Brady.
Yeah.
No,
All right.
but very popular on the north side, Anthony Rizzo, came out and said that they play too many baseball games. First, I want to get your thoughts on that because I haven't talked to you about this yet.
Well, you're more of a Cub guy, so I'd love for you to dive into that
Okay.
first.
Man, pass it back. See?
Yeah, I'm going to pass it right back because you're more of the Cubs guy, So, I want you. That's one of your favorite players, man.
Well, in high school, I played you had to pass 7 times before you can shoot, so we have to pass it back like 3 more times.
I played puff
I'm just
pass
kidding.
in high school. I'm just kidding.
So, Anthony Rizzo comes out, says he wants to cut the season down. Said he would be willing to give up money. I think that, like, for a guy like Anthony Rizzo, who obviously has tons of endorsements, he is able to say things like that. I think that, like, your mid-level, your mid-relievers, your bench guys, your fifth starters would probably be hard-pressed to say that they would play less games with a pay cut because a lot of these guys don't make huge, especially, like, I think it's funny that, like, Anthony said that because he already got paid. Chris Bryant has not gotten paid. And he is only, I think he's on a $4 million arbitration settlement. So he only makes obviously he makes tons of money from all the endorsements with Red Bull and with Adidas. But when it comes to MLB salary, these guys right now, your Contreras, your Baez, they're not on major league contracts yet. Anthony got his major league contract. He might not have gotten his biggest payout yet because he signed early with the Cubs. But I tend to agree with Anthony. I think that they do play too many baseball games, and I think that this weather this year, and everyone's going to jump on me and say, oh, it's the coldest second coldest since
April, since 18-something.
Yeah, but we've seen this trend of cancellations, and they tried to move the season up this year so they could have more off days. They weren't playing as many back-to-back, obviously long like trips and things like that, but what has that done now? That's out the window because of all these cancellations. The Cubs tonight are in Colorado, and it's going to rain, and it's supposed to snow tomorrow. So they're probably not going to play tonight, and they're probably not going to play tomorrow. It's their only trip out there. So what's going to happen is they're going to have to burn another off day, play a doubleheader on that would be Sunday. And then it's getaway day, or the Cubs, I think, are off on Monday. So they would have to hope that Colorado has the day off, and they can maybe just play Monday. But it's ridiculous now because these guys are going to be the off days they built in are gone now because they're going to have to play makeups because the Cubs, obviously, they have six rainouts already, 6 postponements. That's 6 days that they're going to have to find slots to play, and there's only so many off days in a baseball season. I don't know if I think that Anthony, obviously coming from a place of frustration, probably said a lot of that too, playing less games than he. Obviously, they've had so many postponements, and they've been unable to really get in a rhythm. I think it's kind of. I don't want to make excuses because that's obviously the Cubs have not played well. They've not hit with runners in scoring position. The pitching has been kind of spotty. But it's tough to get into baseball rhythm in the rhythm of the season when it's play, rain out, rain out, rain out, rain out, rain out. Because this week, since Saturday, they've played 3 baseball games, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
that's ridiculous.
I can agree with everything you're saying, how that'd be annoying and whatnot. I mean, the Sox missed a whole weekend with Minnesota. All 3 games.
Right.
Snowed out. Done. I'm going to, very rarely does this happen on the show. So, people who say we agree all the time, whatever. I disagree wholeheartedly, dude.
Okay.
It's been 162 games forever. Anthony Rizzo is hurt some of these games. I like Anthony Rizzo, too. I would trade my corners from the White Sox for your corners.
Yeah, no, we've had this conversation.
We've had this conversation a million times. It does not mean I dislike Anthony Rizzo, because I like Anthony Rizzo. I just think it's kind of a dumbass thing to say, and the reason I just think that is dude, you're not on the field for all the games anyway, number one. You get your off days and whatnot. Number two, 162 games, that's a lot of games. I get it. Hi, you're a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, no,
a multi-millionaire.
It's tough to have that.
Well, and then my third thing was, man, I forgot my third thing.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I can't remember it. That's okay. My third thing was.
There you go.
LeBron has said the same things. You know what I'm saying? Baseball, as much as I love it, your swing, got to keep that in motion. You got to be in the field. It is the least physical sport, and these guys get paid the most money.
Yeah.
Besides with the new NBA TV deal, that's kind of nuts.
Yeah, that's gonna be
nuts. But once everybody starts getting paid like that, but baseball players like the stars have often been the highest paid players. It's cool. One thing I will say, it's really badass that he said that he would give up money.
Yeah, no, at least he was transparent about it.
That's the thing that is super cool. I'm not telling him to shut up about it.
No.
I just don't want it to change because I'm stubborn. I don't like change. I want 162 games because it's been that way since you and I were young ass kids forever. Mm-hmm. I don't want that change. And then another thing that really sucks about this whole thing, and I don't know how true it is, but I was telling you when I was talking to you on the phone about when we were going to write up the show, was I was listening to Les Grobstein off 6-7 to the score, and he brought up something that I didn't even think about. He said Anthony Rizzo could have ruffled a lot of feathers from a lot of upcoming free agents in baseball. And not just free agents, but agents themselves, even his agent. You know what I'm just
Yeah, I just wonder.
But I mean, the MLB will never go for this. They're going to want more games, more than less.
You're well. See, that's where I disagree because attendance is at its lowest since 2007.
I can see that,
and I get all the rainouts, but the major leagues needs a change. They've been trying to tweak this for a while because millennials don't watch baseball because they don't have the. They don't have the patience to watch it. I think a lot of the patience is
we're millennials,
right? But I mean, we're more old school than our generation. I would say that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're put our head down work type people. It's
1991, baby.
Yeah, I just I just think it's they need a change. Millennials don't watch baseball. I think a lot of the reason why millennials don't watch baseball is because there's so many games. A lot of times, what does it matter? So I think if you take away some of those games, I think it becomes more. I think the major leagues actually benefits from it because the games would mean more. You know what I mean?
Attendance is at an all-time low. Is the MLB hemorrhaging money or losing money anywhere?
No, but it could be.
Because if they're not, well, that's the thing though. If they're not, I could see owners of teams like Reinsdorf or something like that being like, "Whoa," you know what I'm saying? I'm losing money, but if the MLB's not losing money, then I can't see them wanting to cut it.
No, your owners are never going to want to have less money or less games, never, because obviously, just the revenues from the park alone and ticket sales and concession would be tough to give up for 20 games. I know that Wrigley Field sells 30,000 hot dogs per home game. That's ridiculous. At $5 a piece, I want to sit here and do the math, but I mean you're leaving a lot on the table each game, and that's not even counting beer. That's not counting peanuts. That's not counting
beer will get you.
Souvenirs.
They make most of their money off beer.
Absolutely. No, it's an $8 beer that costs maybe $1.
You see that report that went out about the Bears? We'll get right back to the Cubs, but they said that beer is not going to be $9.75 anymore.
Well, what's it going to be? $10.75?
$10.25.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. So if I bring a $20 bill, I can't even get 2 beers now.
Yeah, they had it right with $8.50. I thought that was right.
I can get 2 beers and I can tip the guy.
Right.
I can't do that no more. It's ridiculous.
I don't know. I do love that he said he would take a money hit, and I calculated it out. It'd be a $500,000 loss on his salary if it was a 20-game cut. So while not the biggest amount to us, that's a huge amount of money.
Oh, yeah, to us that's like okay.
And obviously to a guy like Giancarlo Stanton, who it's probably close to $2 million, maybe even $3 million, because Anthony's on a team-friendly deal. I think it'd be hard to take that cut for a lot of players. I don't think they'd agree with what he said.
I'm not mad at him for sharing his opinion. I just don't want it to change because I don't think it needs to change. And we understand what baseball here is and what they need to do in the MLB is I understand, especially for the Cubs. Even White Sox opening day drew over 33,000 fans. That's a lot of people, man. But the Cubs are doing their thing. They're the better team right now as we're rebuilding.
Yeah, but even the Cubs are seeing it hasn't been. I think they only drew 29 the other day.
Dude, because it's been horrible. Not on opening day.
I know,
29.
No, not on opening day.
Dude, it's been horrible out here.
But I think the following Wednesday.
Think of the anticipation for Chicago sports, right? Just go with me here.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball starts in April, right?
Right.
What if we don't play our first home game until May?
They can't do that because
Why?
then all the West Coast teams are on the road down to the end of the playoff run. That's not fair.
No one cares about the West Coast in this basement.
For us, yeah, I'd love it, but
that's just the thing, man.
That's a players' union nightmare. That's a competitive union nightmare when it comes to the league trying to stay competitive with. Obviously, if you were the Dodgers and you had to play your last month on the road, you're trying to win a division, that would suck.
No, I get it. I understand that it would suck. Now that I said it out of my mouth, I understand it. But
I love the idea though. I'd love to put.
It's all about
I'd love
climate.
to not go to opening day
team,
until May.
Yeah.
But see, I think the best way you do that is you just
or maybe late April.
Because
look at it now. What are we? It's April 20th today. 420.
Yeah, 420.
420. But look at it today, man. And yesterday, I had to take my hoodie off at work. I was sweating. It was finally 60 degrees. T-shirts.
No, you could actually play baseball in this weather.
Right. So maybe wait a couple weeks instead of trying to do it right away.
No, because then you're cutting off all the off days that they wanted to have that the players' union requested that they get. It's
can still do
this
that
is just so hard. I don't.
I don't know the answer. That's why I don't work.
And that's the thing. The only thing I see is cutting the schedule, cutting it down. To me, what does it matter if they play 20 less games and you cut out most of interleague play and you play maybe one less homestand with your division? Well, what is
the loss there for me? Is it's not 162 games.
No, right, but
I don't care. Yeah, it's just me, dude. It's just
no,
all in my head.
I get it.
I don't like change. It is.
I would hate that too because obviously I'd have less baseball to watch.
Right, and I love watching baseball. That's what I love to. I tell you what, when we got home from the hospital, when baseball started, I sat there with the baby every day watching the Sox and the Cubs. Every day.
No, and that's good.
And it started late March, didn't it? Baseball opening day was March because Red.
Yeah, because they moved it up now.
Right. Right. It used to be April, right?
April 1st used to be.
Yeah.
Be the day it started. And I think this year it started March 22nd.
Yeah, something like that. But let us know in the comment section down below what you think about Anthony Rizzo's comments.
First time we disagreed there.
Yeah,
no, just kidding.
Well, it is what it is. Like I said, play 162 games, all of them. You know what, dude? You play baseball for a living. You're a millionaire. Save your money right, invest it right. You're going to be fine. Now jumping into the White Sox, I love this. Bullpen still blows. You really like that when I put that on the first outline.
I had to put it up there for you. They had a 14-run lead the other night, and then they tied it up.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I'll just go right into it right now. It does seem like Yoan Moncada's finally found his bat a little bit. He's making contact with the ball.
Like we said he would. He would hit.
Right, he's going to hit. I'm a little worried about him still, but him getting a couple homers, make me feel good about it. Him stealing some bases.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. And his glove.
Remember what I said in the beginning of the season?
Yeah, the guy could be a 30-30 guy.
30-30 guy. So that's really cool.
His glove has been impressive to me because even though he struggled, he hasn't
defensively.
Yeah, but I think for a young player, it's tough to not take it out into the field when you're struggling at the plate.
Right. Okay.
Because and he hasn't done that. He's been electric. Actually, saved that run. Sent it to extra innings. Did they win?
Oh, against Oakland?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. But that's one of those moments where you look back at it and it's a player growing moment. Obviously, the catch down the the line. Which another thing, like, I don't know if you got a chance to watch. Obviously, you were working, but like, why does Oakland have like half a football field in foul territory?
Oh, I have no idea.
Like, have you noticed that, like, it goes forever? Like, I would hate to have, like, front row tickets because it's technically, like, sitting in, like, the nosebleeds because it's so far in foul territory.
Right. Yeah, no,
Comment below if you know why Oakland has a huge foul territory. They still don't play. It's not the same, or is it the same?
I think it is still the same.
It's still the Raiders. But the Raiders aren't.
They're not playing right now.
They're not there.
I don't know who gives. I don't know. But
that
is all messed up. But pitching, Miguel Gonzalez looks like crap. James Shields looks like crap. Carson Fulmer had a tough outing since we last saw you guys, or talked to you guys, whatever. Ronaldo Lopez, been the man. One of the best pitchers in baseball. He had the numbers right now, which is awesome. I
also love that he said in a post-game interview he doesn't care about wins and losses anymore because he hasn't. I think he's 0-2.
He is 0-2, and he's got like a 1.89 ERA.
And I think he pretty much told the reporter, I've been doing my job, giving my team a chance to win. Obviously, it hasn't come through. Wins and losses are the most overrated stat in baseball now. It's useless.
Well, for pitchers, yeah. I mean, well, look at Q. Q, I mean, if he would have had your offense behind him the Cubs offense in like 16 and even last year, I mean, I know they struggled a little bit last year.
He's struggling this year, too.
Right.
A little bit.
Like, Q would have had, he would have been almost a Cy Young winner. That dude was really good. He just, wins and losses are overrated for pitchers sometimes, man, because, if your offense don't hit and you let up 2 runs and, over 6 innings pitch or 7 innings pitch, I
think it's so bullshit too that like when they give out the Cy Young too, they look at that stat just so like under the microscope.
I could see that.
Like if you get to 20 wins, you're almost like guaranteed to be like the Cy Young.
Right.
At that, which I mean, like, yeah, cool. Like you won 20, but it also means that your team like hit enough and contributed enough behind you. Like obviously the guy like Quintana, like you were saying, like the guy couldn't pitch and hit when he was on the south side. Like he couldn't. There was the only way that he was influenced if he got the win was if his offense hit, and obviously they didn't for a while, So, but like, I think it's just so much bullshit that like they look at that stat just so like the voters do like just so like if he gets to 20 wins, oh he's got to be the Cy Young. No, he doesn't. He could have a 4 ERA and be at 20 wins, and he's not the Cy Young. Obviously that's a stretch, But like if a guy had 14 wins, maybe 6 losses. But he had like a 2.48 ERA opposed to a guy who won 20 games with like almost a 3.8.
Right, yeah.
Like you should give the Cy Young to the guy with the lower ERA.
Right.
But yeah, so back to your White Sox.
Oh well, everybody's hurt.
Yeah, and like your prospects now, like
Berger.
That was my question to you now. Like because this keeps happening, obviously, it's not like the huge name stays. It's not like you're...
Yeah, Cordell doesn't break my heart.
No, but like still...
I like him, though. But...
It's a guy who maybe could come up and contribute maybe next year. Does this like move back your timetable?
I don't think so. With Berger's injury is huge, But I mean, I've told you like I like Jake Berger. I'm just not sold at him at the 3 bag.
Well, he was huge too.
Yeah, he was a big guy. Luis Robert, he'll be back. He'll be fine. And Cordell's only on the 7-day disabled list. But he's not doing so hot in AAA Charlotte right now. So I mean, I'm not really too worried about it. I still say we contend in 2020 even with these injuries. I'm not really too worried about it, man. As long as I don't see like our mainstays up top get hurt, like our young cats up top get hurt, then I'm fine.
And this was my other question. I didn't put it on the agenda, so you're going to be kind of off the cuff here. Timmy Anderson. Obviously, his problems at short have been kind of seen in this beginning of the year. I know when he came up, they were talking a lot about him playing center field. You think that that's an option to put him out in the outfield? I guess it depends on like your prospects too, but like
I think it comes to discipline with Tim in the field because I've seen Tim make some of the craziest plays at shortstop, and I've seen Tim make some of the dumbest plays at shortstop. I think Timmy gets in his own head sometimes, and I think that he always like tries going for that highlight play.
Okay.
And I think that he just needs a little bit more discipline. I'm not ready to put him off in center field yet because, his pinpoint accuracy when he has that ball in his hand, like when he's fielding correctly and stuff, and not trying to dive this way or trying to do the no look. I'm grabbing it with my hand and I'm whipping it over. Like he's got some pinpoint accuracy to that first base when he's throwing from shortstop position, and I like his mentality. I like his IQ in the infield. I think that's hearsay. I don't want to see him in center field. I think he could be a really good shortstop, and he's still young and he's still learning. So I'm willing to keep it. If he keeps messing up it like he is, then
you might have to change positions.
Right,
you might have to actually look. And I know you like Timmy because obviously, to me, I don't want to make the comparison this early, and listeners don't quote me. To me, Timmy, as of right now, if you ask me who, going back to Cubs rebuild, who he is, he's Junior Lake.
Oh, Junior Lake. Oh,
Junior Lake had a really good season. Came up and then struggled and struggled and struggled and struggled. And everyone, I remember the talk. Oh, can this be the guy out in left field? And is he a mainstay in the lineup? Look what happened to Junior Lake. He's. I don't even think he's in baseball anymore. To me, if Timmy doesn't rectify his, obviously being at short, that's one of the most important. Strong up the middle is obviously in baseball the strongest thing to be. If he doesn't fix his defense, the next move out to me is to center field, and then the next move out to that is off the roster. Right. Because if he can't play center and he can't play short, with the way your lineup is going to be constructed with the prospects you have, there's no spot for Tim Anderson on this team. And,
I think he gets it.
And I know, like, and I don't want to like take your White Sox Timmy Anderson mojo down, because I know that like you're a Timmy guy, because obviously like him being the first guy up was huge for you guys. You guys found somebody that maybe you didn't think was going to be the guy.
Right, yeah.
So the White Sox fans have that admiration and that attachment, but I had attachment to Junior Lake for a little bit, and then I was like, oh man,
now he's gone.
This guy can't play. But right. I made that comparison when I was driving those 2,000 miles the other day.
No, just thinking about it in your head.
Yeah, I was thinking about it in my head. I'm like, man, who does Tim Anderson really remind me of? Because he's very frustrating.
Right.
When it comes to, he's real hot. He can hit, and then like he forgets how to play sometimes.
Yeah, I know he really does. I just think it's like trying to make the highlight play, but I don't think he plays center. I just don't see it.
Yeah, I too. You're not in a,
unless he's like an Upton or something.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like,
I mean, there's definitely man. We're going to dive into that next time.
That might be a good one for.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that next time.
You can kind of look at Upton and you can do some comparisons, because I didn't really. That was off the cuff there.
That was off the cuff. You got me.
So we'll.
I did like it though.
We'll look at it for the next podcast.
Absolutely.